Morning, hey everyone. Welcome back to Sobriety for Beginners. Because I know that I am. I'm just a beginner in all this. I debated talking about this. Something happened to me recently, and I, debated, talking about it or whatnot, just because it was, somewhat private and personal. But um, I think I needed to talk about it because it does happen to other people. It does happen out there as well. But it's the ugly side of AA. It's the gross and disgusting side of AA, and it's the 13th step that people try to find in AA, and it's no good. Um, it's uncomfortable. It makes everybody uncomfortable. Um, because it just ruins like your sobriety and it makes you feel uncomfortable for being there, and it's never a good thing, to try and like find that 13th step in AA. A couple of years ago when I went to rehab, this happened to me twice actually. A couple of years ago when I went to rehab, I had met somebody, I met a guy in there, and we were talking about, like, where are you from? Because a lot of people lived all over the place. And I found out he was the same city as me. And I was like, oh yeah, that's pretty cool. And he's like, what side of town do you live on? And I said, oh, I live in, this side of town. And he's like, I do too. I live, right off of here. And I didn't tell him my address. But I was like, oh yeah, that's cool. I live in that same area. And so we did talk, the entire time, throughout the time we were in rehab together. But even while we were in rehab, I got this feeling from this guy that he was like very clingy, and like he got like upset one time because I was talking to somebody else and not him, and that's when I knew that I was like, like no, like I need to separate my person, me from this person, because they need somebody else to cling to, and then it's not to me. Um, so he ended up leaving rehab before I did, and um, and so by a mistake, I don't know why I did this. This was so stupid of me, but when everybody had their when they were leaving rehab, they had their AA books, and you can write in their AA books and whatnot, and people were writing their phone numbers and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, if you ever want to hit a meeting together, here's my phone number, blah blah blah. And I should never done that, but I'm naive and stupid, and I do stupid things like that. Um, so then, after we got out of rehab, he texted me once or twice, and he's like, how have you been since you got out? I'm like, I'm okay, and he's like, yeah, me and my wife are having problems. And, so at first, things were going fine. We were just talking about like our struggles, and, like trying to find like work, and how the, dealing with stuff, and, whatever, whatnot. And then one time he had mentioned that he was going out the afternoon with his son, and he wanted to swing by my house. And I said, no, you're not coming to my house. I don't know you. You don't know me. You're not coming to where I live. And he's like, well, I know what part of town you live in. I'll just knock on every door until I figure out which one's yours. And that was it. I was like, I'm done. Nope. So I stopped texting him. I ignored him. He tried to text me back, and I was just like, I'm not doing this. He even gave my phone number to his wife. And his wife was texting me like, why are you not answering him? He wants to talk to you. And immediately right there, that just goes to show like he has a bad relationship with her. He obviously tells her what to do, and she thinks that it's okay for him to have that kind of behavior, And so I just ignored them because I didn't know what to do. So one time, about a week later, I went to an AA meeting, and he knew that I went to this meeting, so he went to the meeting as well. And he approached me after the meeting, and he was like, what's the deal? What's going on? How come you're not talking to me anymore? And I told him, I said, look, you're making me very uncomfortable. I don't need you knocking on every door in this neighborhood to try and find me. I did not like that. That made me uncomfortable. I do not know you. I do not want you at my house. This was not an appropriate thing to say, and I don't I don't want to do that. I don't want to be your friend anymore. And so he ended up just going away, which was nice. He, did apologize. He's like, I didn't mean for that to happen. Sometimes I can be a little strong with my friends, and people tend to, take it the wrong way. And I'm like, well, it's because you're giving it the wrong way. That's not for me. So that was my first experience with someone, just taking it just a little too far, My second experience was just the other day. My group, my home group that I love going to, we have a phone list. So if you'd like to, leave your phone number on there for anybody who's struggling or having a hard time, you can leave your number on there. And so I did put my number on it for any females. If they're going into AA and they're having a hard time, you can call me. I'll be there. And I don't know how this person got my phone number, but they did. They got it off the phone list somehow, and they proceeded to send me a picture of their privates. And no thank you. I'm not interested. I am happily married. I have 2 kids. No thank you. Completely unsolicited. I didn't ask for it. I don't know who this individual is. Nobody to me actually stands out in the meeting that seems suspicious, but I obviously I'm probably a little naive and stupid. I probably wasn't even paying attention to the signs, but but I didn't have any interactions with anyone that would stand out to me. I didn't notice anyone staring at me for any length of time or whatnot. Someone was just being a pervert, and they decided that that's what they wanted to do. So they sent that to me. I replied back, delete my phone number. Do not text me, delete my phone number. And that was it. So I texted my sponsor, and she was like, ew, that's gross, and she told me about a time where someone tried to do something similar to her, and she was just like, let me know if anything ever happens again. Maybe they got the point. They were just trying to be a sly person and decided that they wanted to do that. So, and to be honest, like, it happens, we live in the world of the internet, and people are gross, and, once they will try and be sly and slick and do disgusting things because they can, and it's, so at first I thought it was funny because, that happens to people, and it's embarrassing, but it happens to people. So I called my sister, and I told her, and I was like, this guy just sent me a dick pic, and she was like, ew, that's so gross, oh my god, and we laughed about it because it was, it's funny, it's disgusting, it's unsolicited, I didn't want it, and I told her about it, and she laughed, and, so on and so forth. So, but later on in the evening, then this person sent me another text message, and they said, go to this meeting and don't wear any underwear. And that was it. That was like, you've gone way too far. Like, this is like, it's no longer past the point of like you doing something sly and slick and funny to the point of this is disgusting. And I forgot to mention that, once I told this person in the original text message, do not, delete this number, do not text me. They had mentioned back, well, I can't wait to see you at Tuesday's meeting. And so I ignored it. And I was like, I'm not going to go on Tuesday because if this person's going to be there, I'm not going to go because it just makes me uncomfortable. And I don't want to be like, I don't want to have to feel uncomfortable during my meetings. But then of course, later on last night, they sent me that same meeting again. And I wrote the same response. Please stop texting me. Delete my phone number. Please stop texting me. And I call my sponsor again. And so she's going to talk to one of the people that run the meeting there and, figure out, who could have been that may have gotten my phone number off that list and, try and squash it or whatnot. But it's just, it's awful because now I'm uncomfortable, like I just want to go to AA to have an AA meeting. I just want to go to my home group to meet with the people that I, love and people that I've built relationships with and the people that, know me And now I feel uncomfortable that I can't even go to these meetings because some pervert wants to be a disgusting pervert and ruin my life. And it's just, ugh. It's the ugly side of AA. And I didn't want to, as I said, I didn't know if I wanted to talk about it, but I thought about it all night last night. It kept me up. I couldn't sleep because of it, and just, ugh. So I don't know. So my sponsor's going to talk to one of the seniors, like I said, of the meeting today to find out, like, what we're going to do, who could possibly be, and whatnot. But I can tell you, I'm not going to go to Tuesday's meeting because if that person's there, I don't want to meet this person, and I don't want to have any interaction with them. I don't want anything to do with this person. I just want them gone and out of my life, and I want my phone number deleted onto their cell phone. But we'll see. We'll find out. I just wanted to talk about it because it makes me uncomfortable. And this is how I talk about my feelings. So I just hope nobody else has to deal with these kind of things in their meetings, because you shouldn't have to. You shouldn't have to. Like, going to a meeting should be about talking about yourself and your feelings and getting sober and meeting other people that want to get sober. And you can have relationships with people at meetings, but they need to be at arm's length relationships, not those kind of relationships. And just was making me upset today, and I wanted to talk about it. But it's going to be a good day. I've got some friends coming over. We're going to have a barbecue because we can finally do so in my state. And it's just nice having other interactions with people. And plus we have a nice grill and a barbecue in a pool, so why not can't other people enjoy it as well? Why can't they come over and go swimming and eat some barbecue? So it's gonna be a good day. I'm gonna let this get out of my mind. I'm not gonna think about it anymore, but I just wanted to talk about it, the ugly side of AA, the 13th step that people try and do that nobody really else wants to. So, but I hope everybody else has a great day, and I will talk to you later.